How to use Rsync from Windows PC to remote Linux server. How do I use the Rsync command from a local Windows 7 machine to a remote Linux server? What software is needed on the Windows 7 machine to use Rsync? The remote Linux server is using Amazon's Linux AMI. The command Rsync is already enabled on the machine and I can edit any needed access to the machine. This is for the purposes of setting up a web server on the remote machine and the editing on my local machine and keeping the files in sync. I do not want two-way access between the machines. I am only going to be editing files on my local machine and keeping them updated on the remote machine. Update. I installed Cygwin on my Windows 7 machine and installed the Rsync package. Can someone provide the steps to set up the connection from the Windows 7 machine to the Linux server remotely? Say I want to have a folder called c:\www on my Windows machine and keep it updating \var\www on my remote machine. How do I do that? It's not a backup per se, it updates the files that I edit with my local computer.
One option could be to install Rsync by installing Cygwin on Windows. There's probably a much more direct approach for that. Another option could be to Rsync from the Linux side. You could set up a means for the remote machine to access local files, and then Rsync from over there take a look at mounting SMB/CIFS shares. I suspect there are better options still, but maybe that'll help a bit. Update for 2017. With the Linux subsystem available in Windows 10, you can probably install an SSH and Rsync server very easily with that and use Rsync with Windows through that.
Lifehacker has a great article on Rsync for the PC. Seems like Lifehacker recommends Cygwin as well. There's an instructionable on this here as well, this URL.
If you want a free app that bundles Cygwin and Rsync with a nice graphical interface, have a look at Delta Copy. This URL. Incremental backup, copies part of the file that is actually modified. Task Scheduler, profiles in Delta Copy can run based on a schedule. Email notification, administrators can receive email confirmation on successful as well as failed transfers. One-click restore, backed up files can be easily restored. Windows-friendly environment, no need to manually modify configuration files or play around with command line options.
Minggu has a built-in Rsync that seems to work pretty well. It even has a daemon mode, although I haven't tested that. I recommend Minggu over Cygwin for several reasons. Minggu is a smaller install and it's Windows native.
You keep doing,